starting August 13, a special $5,108 Social Security payment is set to hit eligible beneficiaries' bank accounts, but not everyone will qualify, and the rules are stricter than you might think. This payment isn't a bonus or a surprise stimulus check. It's part of the scheduled benefits for certain high-earning retirees, disability recipients, and those with specific Social Security records. If you've earned the maximum taxable income for at least 35 years, delayed claiming your benefits until age 70, or meet certain disability qualifications, you could be among the few receiving this top-tier monthly payment. For many, it represents the highest possible benefit Social Security offers in 2025. But what happens if your payment doesn't arrive on time? Delays can occur for several reasons, from bank processing issues to SSA verification holds, and knowing how to respond quickly is critical. The SSA recommends first checking your My Social Security account to confirm your payment status, ensuring your bank information is up to date, and contacting their helpline if the funds are still missing after 3 business days. In today's update, we'll cover exactly who qualifies for the $5,108 payment, how the SSA calculates it, what to do if it's delayed, and tips to avoid future disruptions. Whether you're already receiving benefits or planning for retirement, this is information you can't afford to ignore. Let me start by sharing something interesting that happened just last week. I was talking to my Aunt Sarah, who's been receiving Social Security benefits for a few years now. She mentioned how confusing these payments can be, especially when there are special adjustments or increases. That conversation really inspired me to create this video and help everyone understand not just the numbers, but the whole story behind this particular payment. Now, this $5,108 payment isn't your regular monthly Social Security check. It's actually a specialized payment that factors in several recent adjustments and cost of living increases. You might be wondering why this amount is so specific, and I promise we'll get to that. But first, let's understand why this payment is happening now and who it's meant for. The timing of this payment is actually pretty interesting. August 13 wasn't chosen randomly. It's part of Social Security's carefully planned payment schedule that helps manage the distribution of benefits to millions of Americans. This particular date is significant because it marks the second Wednesday of the month, which is one of the key payment dates in the Social Security calendar. Let's talk about who qualifies for this $5,108 payment, because I know that's probably the biggest question on your mind right now. This payment is primarily targeted at beneficiaries who fall into specific categories, and understanding these categories is crucial. The main groups who might qualify include retired workers who've hit certain milestones in their benefit history, disabled workers who meet specific criteria, and some survivors who are eligible for specialized benefit adjustments. One of the most important things to understand is that this payment often applies to people who've had their benefits adjusted due to recent changes in their work history or life circumstances. For example, if you've had recent corrections to your earnings record, or if there have been adjustments to your benefits based on new information, you might be one of the people receiving this payment. Here's something that many people don't realize. This payment can also be affected by when you started receiving your Social Security benefits. Those who delayed their benefits past full retirement age might see different amounts, and this $5,108 payment could be part of a larger adjustment to account for those delayed retirement credits. It's like a financial puzzle where all the pieces need to fit together perfectly. Now, let's talk about something that might be causing some anxiety. What happens if the payment is late? First of all, don't panic. There are several completely normal reasons why a payment might not show up exactly on August 13th. The banking system, processing times, and even holidays can affect when the money actually appears in your account. If you're expecting this payment and it doesn't show up on time, there's a clear process you can follow. The first step is to wait at least 3 business days after the scheduled payment date. This buffer allows for normal processing delays and bank-to-bank transfers. During this time, keep checking your bank account and any notification systems you've set up with the Social Security Administration. However, If your payment is more than 3 business days late, it's time to take action. The first thing you should do is contact your bank. Sometimes, payments can be held up in the banking system for various reasons, and your bank can often give you more information about what's happening with the transfer. They might be able to see if the payment is pending or if there are any issues they can help resolve. If your bank doesn't have any information about the payment, the next step is to contact the Social Security Administration directly. You can call their main number at 1-800-772-1213. But here's a pro tip. Try calling early in the morning or late in the afternoon when call volumes are typically lower. Also, keep in mind that wait times can be long, so make sure you have some time set aside for the call. When you do speak with a Social Security representative, they'll need some specific information from you. Have your Social Security number ready, along with any relevant documentation about your benefits. They can check the status of your payment and let you know if there are any issues that need to be resolved. Sometimes, simple things like an address change or bank account update that didn't get processed properly can cause payment delays. Something that's really important to understand about this $5,108 payment is how it fits into the broader picture of your Social Security benefits. This isn't just a random amount. It's calculated based on various factors, including your earnings history, when you started receiving benefits, and any recent adjustments that might apply to your case. Understanding these factors can help you make sense of why you might be receiving this particular amount. Let's dive a bit deeper into how the Social Security Administration calculates these special payments. They look at your entire earnings history, any adjustments that need to be made, and current cost of living increases. They also consider whether you're receiving retirement, disability, or survivor benefits, as each type of benefit has its own calculation methods and adjustment factors. One aspect that often surprises people is how working while receiving Social Security benefits can affect these payments. If you're under full retirement age and still working, your benefits might be reduced based on your earnings. However, these reductions aren't permanent. They can lead to adjustments later on, sometimes resulting in larger payments like this $5,108 amount we're discussing today. Here's something interesting that many people don't realize. These larger adjustment payments can also be affected by tax withholding choices. If you've opted to have taxes withheld from your Social Security benefits, it's important to understand how this might affect the actual amount you receive. The $5,108 figure is before any tax withholdings, so your actual deposit might be different if you have taxes withheld. Let's talk about what you should do when you receive this payment. First, it's important to keep good records. Make a note of when the payment arrives and how much you actually receive. This information can be important for your tax records and for understanding your benefits going forward. It's also a good idea to save any notices or letters you receive from the Social Security Administration about this payment. Something that's really helpful is setting up a My Social Security account online if you haven't already done so. This account gives you access to your benefit information, payment history, and other important details. It's a great way to keep track of your payments and stay informed about any changes or adjustments to your benefits. Plus, if you ever need to contact Social Security about a payment issue, having this account makes it easier to discuss your specific situation. I want to share another personal story here. My Uncle Jim received a similar adjustment payment last year, and he was initially confused about why the amount was so different from his regular monthly benefit. After doing some research, he discovered it was related to some past earnings that hadn't been properly credited to his record. This shows how important it is to regularly review your Social Security information and understand why you're receiving certain payments. Now, let's talk about some common misconceptions about these larger Social Security payments. Some people think they're bonus payments or extra benefits, but they're usually adjustments for past underpayments or corrections to your benefit amount. Understanding this can help you better plan your finances and avoid any confusion about future payments. Another important thing to understand is how these payments might affect other benefits you receive. If you're getting SSI, supplemental security income, or other income-based benefits, a large Social Security payment might impact your eligibility or payment amounts for these other programs. It's important to understand these interactions and plan accordingly. Let's discuss what you should do with this payment when you receive it. While it might be tempting to spend it all at once, it's wise to consider your overall financial situation. Think about setting aside some for taxes if you haven't had them withheld, catching up on any essential expenses, and possibly saving some for future needs. Remember, this might be a one-time adjustment rather than a recurring payment amount. Something that's really helpful is to use this payment as an opportunity to review your overall financial planning. Consider how this payment fits into your broader financial picture, including your monthly budget, savings goals, and any debt you might have. This kind of planning can help you make the most of any larger payments you receive. Here's a practical tip. If you're not sure how this payment might affect your taxes or other benefits, consider consulting with a financial advisor or tax professional. They can help you understand the implications and make informed decisions about how to handle the payment. This is especially important if you're receiving other benefits or if you have specific financial goals you're working toward. Let's talk about how to stay informed about future Social Security payments and adjustments. The Social Security Administration regularly reviews benefits and makes adjustments based on various factors, including cost of living increases and corrections to earnings records. Staying informed about these potential changes can help you better understand and manage your benefits. One way to stay informed is to regularly check the Social Security Administration's website and blog for updates. They often post information about upcoming changes, payment schedules, and other important news. You can also sign up for email updates to get notifications about changes that might affect your benefits. Something that's really important to remember is that Social Security benefits are an earned right. If you qualify for certain payments or adjustments, don't hesitate to follow up and ensure you receive what you're entitled to. The system can be complex, but understanding your rights and staying informed can help you navigate it successfully. Let's wrap this up by talking about some final important points. First, if you think you might qualify for this $5,108 payment but haven't received any notification, don't assume you're not eligible. Contact the Social Security Administration to discuss your situation. Sometimes simple oversights or missing information can be easily corrected. Remember that while this payment is significant, it's just one part of the broader Social Security system that's designed to provide support for retired workers, disabled individuals, and survivors. Understanding how these different parts work together can help you make the most of your benefits and ensure you're receiving everything you're entitled to. Finally, I want to encourage you to share this information with friends and family who might benefit from it. Social Security can be complicated, and many people miss out on benefits or adjustments simply because they don't know about them. By sharing knowledge and helping each other understand these important payments, we can all better navigate the Social Security system. I hope this information has been helpful in understanding the $5,108 Social Security payment coming on August 13. Remember to stay informed, keep good records, and don't hesitate to ask questions or seek help if you need it. Your Social Security benefits are an important part of your financial security, and understanding them is key to making the most of what you've earned. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more information about Social Security benefits and other important financial topics. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or experiences you'd like to share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.